AI and politics, they are getting together whether we like it or not, and I want to call out a bunch of different stories that highlight some of the trends in play. Number one, we have an LLM running for government in Wyoming. So Victor Miller is the candidate on the ballot, but the chatbot that he built with ChatGPT-4 called Vic, Virtual Integrated Citizen, is what he claims is actually going to be making the decisions should he be elected. Now, he hasn't asked OpenAI whether that's within their terms of use. I doubt it is. The Wyoming Secretary of State is not amused and wants him disqualified, and it is not at all clear whether he will make it to Election Day. But I would not expect this to be the last one. He's very serious about this. He has a long talk, with reporters when they ask him about how LLMs are actually better than many elected officials at reading documents and understanding their meaning, and he thinks that it's going to be net an improvement for the citizens in his jurisdiction if Vic is elected. Stay tuned on that one. I'm really curious to see what happens. Number two, over the weekend, President Trump claimed endorsement from Taylor Swift using deepfaked AI images. What's interesting about that is not just that this is likely actionable under traditional defamation law, but that this is likely actionable in Nashville, where Taylor Swift has a residence, under Nashville's new AI law. So they have a specific law just for AI in Nashville because the entertainment industry is so big there. And this is likely going to violate that as well as some of the traditional defamation laws. So we'll see, but I would expect Taylor to sue Trump in the next day or two here. This will be fun. And then in addition, Elon over the weekend tweeted a deep-faked video of Kamala Harris, or her voice in particular, saying things she did not say. Did not label it as satire, later came back and labeled it as satire. So what's the takeaway here? Here we have these three. We have someone running for office with an LLM. We have two deepfake issues. We are getting to a point where we need to assume that AI is in the political discourse, that it is generating disinformation, and that therefore the overall information mix has shifted from the days of Walter Cronkite, when we would expect that the information we got was limited, but at least somewhat fact-checked, to a world where we should assume it actually hasn't been fact-checked and it is probably false unless it is proven otherwise. If you're building in the space, I think one of the most interesting opportunities right now for AI is thinking about how you can prove that something has been fact-checked. Even large language model architects agree that large language models don't have a factual world model. They don't have a model that allows them to accept new facts, at least not yet. If that's the case, how can we expect them to be factual in situations like this? And so I think there's a huge opportunity for folks building in the space for something like the verified check mark that Twitter used to have that actually meant that you were verified as a celebrity. It doesn't mean that anymore. It just means you can pay $4 a month, maybe $8 a month. Anyway, you want something like that for content. You want something like that for what has been produced, where you can verify this has not been AI faked. This is actual content by an actual person. And I think there's going to be an enormous market for that. And I think until that's figured out, people are going to start to be willing to go back to the world that is more frictional, that is more in person. And maybe we always were going that way. But the only way right now that you can really tell that something is from a person is meeting them for coffee and talking to them. Like, increasingly, there's a lot of question even about videos. Now, conveniently, I am not an AI deepfake. Hello. I'm sure that's what the AI deepfake would say as well. But you get my point. At the end of the day, we need to start assuming that content that we see is potentially false unless it's proven otherwise, until we build something in the space that solves for this. And I think that is $1 billion opportunity for someone. So if you want to build in the space, think about that one.